Going through visa application might be tedious and appointment dates might be unavailable. But as a resident in the United Kingdom or even as a visitor, there are some countries that you can visit without having to go through applying for visa. Some of them are visa free, some of them are visa on arrival, and some of them you have to apply for e-visa. Now, these are the list of the countries. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is James here again. And as you guys have heard from the intro to this video, you know, me particularly, I don't like filling this application. It's stressful, and to top that, you will now apply finish to now go and submit your passport to get date for biometrics. It's something, it's nothing to write home about. You might not get availability, so why not save yourself the stress and go to these countries that you can have as much fun as going to these countries. And when I mean these countries, especially for like EU countries, getting appointment dates is like putting I'm looking for an idiom, but my head is not working. But basically, it's very hard, especially when you try like Spain, France. The appointment date is always sold out, right? So I'm going to be listing different countries, and trust me, this list is not exhaustive. If that's the English I'm looking for, there are still more countries, but I've just picked a few, and this is just to enlighten people to know that you can actually travel without having to go through that stress. Okay, and what I have done is I've grouped them into like different continents, if that makes sense. Yeah. And just before I start that, like I said, some of them are visa free, so you don't need visa. All you just need to show is your BRP, which is your biometric residence permit, or your visa. Some of them will even allow you, even with your visiting visa, as far as you have multiple entry, right? The other ones are visa on arrival. So some of them you have to pay for visa on arrival and they'll give that to you. While some of them is e-visa, and trust me, e-visa is very easy. Within few hours, you get your e-visa, and that's what you use to travel. Okay, so like I said, I've grouped them into different categories, and because we are in the UK, the closest to us here is Europe, so I'll be starting from Europe, right? So the first on the list is going to be Albania. If you don't know, we visited Albania, and trust me, to visit Albania, all you need is, so this is for all nationalities. It doesn't matter where you are from, as far as you have a valid residence permit or you have a visiting visa with multiple entry that you must have used it once before to enter into the UK. With that, you can enter into Albania. And trust me, Albania is a very low budget. You don't need to break the bank to go to Albania. We have a video about Albania on this channel. If you are free, you can check it out. And trust me, it's such a beautiful, welcoming country. And yes, so you can start with that. And it's about 2.5 hours on air to Albania, to Tirana, which is their capital. Okay, so that's the first on my list. Now, the next on my list is going to be Georgia. Georgia is also in Europe, and it's the same criteria. All nationalities, if you've used your visa before, multiple entry, you can use that, or your residence permit. Okay, and I haven't been to Georgia, but I know that I've seen people go to Georgia and this was okay for them, right? Now, the other country that I also want to talk about is Gibraltar. Now, Gibraltar, it shares border with Spain, I believe, but it's controlled by the United Kingdom, I think so. And for Gibraltar, all nationalities as well. And if you have visa as well that you've used before to enter into the United Kingdom, you can go to Gibraltar. And if you have residence permits, you can go to Gibraltar. And at least, so if you have less than 6 months of valid visa, you won't be able to go to Gibraltar. You need to have at least valid 6 months of visa. One thing I also want to say with Gibraltar is you need to be very careful of the weather when planning your trip to Gibraltar. Because I have friends that they went to Gibraltar in, when was it? I think it was in March. I'm not that, yeah, it was in March. No, February. And their plane went to Gibraltar and could not land. And this is because when you're landing in Gibraltar, the runway is literally close to the water. So if the weather is bad, the plane won't be able to land. Okay, so it's important to take that into consideration when you are considering Gibraltar. But people that have gone there, it's a beautiful country, and I hope to visit there one day. Okay, another country that I want to talk about in Europe is Montenegro. This is a place that everybody is going to, and I want to visit there one day too as well. And for Montenegro, it's the same category. It's the same. What's the English I'm looking for? it's the same requirement. All nationalities, visas, BRP, and all of that. Okay, and I believe that I think it's all Balkan countries. I'm not sure what all of them are, but there is Albania, there's Serbia, there's I don't want to pronounce the name. It starts with H and B. I'm going to put it on the screen before I murder the name of their country. So I think it's basically all Balkan countries that you can visit if you're a resident in the United Kingdom. And yeah, I'll put the name of the country on the screen for you guys to see. So that's that about Europe. Like I said, this list is not exhaustive. There might be other countries out there. I just picked a few, right? Now let's go to Africa. I'm doing Africa because I'm from Africa. Africa is very dear to me, and I've seen a lot of people. So I'll start with Morocco, right? A lot of people have gone to Morocco, and I love to travel. I like the idea of traveling, but I don't like to be on a plane. And I hope to visit Morocco one day myself. So from Morocco, I know that you need to apply for e-visa, and the e-visa is about 770 in Moroccan currency. But when you convert it, it's £61 approximately. And I know for sure because I know friends that have applied for this e-visa. Within few hours that you apply, you get your e-visa and it's valid for 6 months. Okay, but note that when you are going, this e-visa is only valid for a single entry, so you can't use it twice. And then when you are going, your visa or your BRP need to be valid for at least 90 days on your at the date of arrival. So it's very important that you take that into consideration. People are going to what's it called, people are going to, what's that place called, how can I forget where I want to visit in Morocco? This my head is not working. Yeah, Marrakesh, Agadir. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it well, but I know that I pronounce Marrakesh well. So yeah, that's for Morocco. Now the next on my list is going to be Egypt, right? Now this Egypt is definitely for all nationalities as well, and this Egypt is also visa on arrival. And from what I can see from their website is $25 to pay for that visa. Fun fact, when we were coming, we used Egypt Air. So if you use Egypt Air, they will give you that, they will allow you go into their country and they'll stamp your passport, but you don't have to pay $25. So it's that way, right? But yeah, visa on arrival for Egypt if you want to visit Egypt. And Ogada is one place that I really want to go to in Egypt. I've seen a lot of people go there. So, you can do your researches and, these places, you don't have to break a bank to go there. They are very affordable. And I think Morocco is about 3 hours, 30 minutes from here. Egypt is like 5 hours. So it's still not bad, okay? I'm sure there are other African countries that you can visit, but like I said, I've just picked a few because I don't want this video to be too long, okay? But the cocoa of this video is just to create awareness that there are some places that you can visit, okay? And just a little break in transmission. Immigration rule changes along the line. I can drop this video today and tomorrow things have changed. So please and please and please make your researches before embarking on your journey to this country. Before you say it's games that told you people, please, I'm begging you, so that you don't get to their port of entry and you're being returned to where you're coming from. So it's very important because it changes as time goes on, okay? Now, where I want to cross through now, cross to now is North America, okay? These are the places that I really, really, really want to visit. But like I said, I do not like to travel. And when you're going across border like that, you'll be spending like 13, 14 hours on plane. I don't know I'm going to do that. But the first on my list is Mexico. So as a resident in the United Kingdom, you can visit Mexico, okay? And I'm actually going to make some researches as well because some places said that you can use just your visa. Some places are saying that just your visa and your BRP. But I'll check on the government website for Mexico and put the screenshot for you guys. But I'm pretty sure that I've seen on there before that it says that with your BRP and valid visas, you can come to Mexico. And this is for all nationalities as well. And we all know like Cancun, these are the places that are really interesting to me. And it's a nice place to visit. I've not gone there, but from what I have seen, I watch a lot of 90 Days Fiancé, so it's kind of like imagination in my head where, and I mean what these countries look like. Okay, now the next on my list is going to be Costa Rica. right? And Costa Rica, this is also for all nationalities, and your BRP must be valid for at least 3 months. So if you have 3 months validity on your BRP, you can still go to Costa Rica. And like I said, these are places that are like giving island vibes and all of those things. Okay. Now, the next one on my list is Panama. I really, really like the way this country look. Like I said, 90 Days Fiancé makes me imagine a lot of things. But for Panama, it's also for all nationalities, and you must have, so you can also use your visa to enter into Panama, but you must have at least used it to enter into the UK for once, okay? And your passport must be valid for at least 3 months at, yeah, on the day you arrive to Panama. And also your visa must be valid for at least 6 months, and your BRP as well. Now, another thing for Panama is that you need to show proof of $500, more like, proof that you can sustain yourself, okay? So that's for Panama. And that's just the bits that I've picked from North America. North America. Like I said, the list is very long, but I think I've done this list according to where I'd like to visit. You guys will not blame me for sentiments, okay? Now let's cross over to the Caribbeans, okay? And the first on my list is going to be Dominican Republic. Okay, now in Dominican Republic, all nationalities can visit as far as you have 6 months validity on your passport, on the day of your arrival, and you can visit with your residence permit to Dominican Republic. And yeah, I really like this whole scenario of Dominican Republic, and I hope to visit there one day as well. Now the next one is called Saint Martin. It's not pronounced as spelled. I'm going to put the name on the link on the screen for you guys. And this is another island in the Caribbeans. And all nationalities can visit this place as well. And your resident permit must be valid for at least 30 days. I think this is the most lenient. So even if you have 30 days on your resident permit, you can still go to this country and come back. Okay, so it must be valid for at least 30 days from the day of arrival into that country. Okay, now the next one would be Anguilla, and this is like the British territory of Anguilla. Okay, and all nationalities can visit this country as well. And you can also use your visiting visa if you have multiple entry, and also your resident permit. They didn't talk much about your validity, so I would imagine that it's free on that level. And these countries are visa free. Okay, all you just need is your permits. You can go in and come out. Okay, and then the last on my list for the Caribbeans is Turks and Caicos. Oh my God, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Again, I'll put the name on the screen for you guys to see. Okay, now this is also for all nationalities, and with your valid visa and your residence permit, you can also enter into this country. All right, and yeah, so that's it for the Caribbeans, and I'm gonna be ending the list today with Middle East, right? So that's where I'm gonna be drawing the curtain for today. And to be honest, this country that I want to mention, I had no idea that it's actually visa on entry. Is actually, so the country is Qatar, right? And for Qatar is for all nationalities, and all you need is your multiple entry visa or your BRP. Okay, and what they say, you need to apply for what they call the Qatar ETA. All right, and this will only give you entry for 30 days, and a single entry only. And all the description, all these link to these embassies will be in my description box, so you guys can have a look and make your findings like I said. Okay, and you can also visit Saudi Arabia. So if you're someone that have always wanted to visit Saudi Arabia, this is an opportunity for you to visit Saudi Arabia, and this is for all nationalities. You can get your visa on arrival. Okay, and for your visa on arrival, it's going to cost 440 in Saudi Arabia currency, and I'll put the equivalent on the link on the screen for you guys. And this visa on arrival is valid for 1 year, and it's for multiple entry. Okay, and I have a colleague, she's also my friend, that visited Saudi Arabia recently, and she loved it. She really loved it. She was like, babe, I can't wait to go back there. She really loved it. And she's a Muslim. So, because I know that Saudi Arabia is a place that, Muslims would like to visit. So if you're someone that really wants to visit there, this is your opportunity to go there. Okay, and I'm gonna be closing this curtain, this session with Lebanon. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a lot of publicity going on for Lebanon in on Instagram, right? And people say, Habibi, visit Lebanon. So a lot of people have been going to like Beirut in Lebanon. So for Lebanon, is also visa on arrival. Okay, and all you need is your residence permit, and even as just your Nigerian passport is visa on arrival for Lebanon. Okay, so these are some of the countries, guys. So you don't have to box yourself, waiting for visa or applying for visa. These are some of the countries that you can go and you have so much fun. And the internet is such a beautiful thing that a lot of people are visiting these countries and they are sharing their experiences. And we are also going to be sharing our experiences as we, visit some of these countries. Okay. So like I said, guys, do not forget to make your research before you embark on this journey. And I just thought that I share this with you guys. And yeah, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. You guys should not just work, work, work. Spend this money. All right. So this is my video for you guys today, and I hope that you pick one or two and you have a fun time traveling the world. See you guys. Bye.